I'm Sue Christie. I live in Northern Ireland and I have two dogs, a 10.5-year-old Keeshond called Rika and a 5.5-year-old Finnish Lapphund called Kaya. And we've been feeding bug bakes since it was started, which was a long time ago. So Rika's had it maybe half her life and Kaya pretty much her whole life. Kaya and Rika are quite different. They're both Northern Spitz breeds. They're very intelligent. They're very independently minded and really quite active and fun-loving. Rika is now getting on a little bit, and so she's a bit quieter. Kaya is still a very young dog at 5.5 and is bouncing all over the place. Both of them do PETS therapy, and both of them do a lot of set training of various sorts, and they're very good at rally. When Rika was younger, she did agility and obedience, but not so much these days. One of the most important things to me is the sustainability of the protein source. I feel that we as humans are putting too much weight on the planet, and one of the best ways to do that is to change the sources of protein that we're using. So in a dog food, I also look for the same thing. Obviously, a high protein content is important, but I do want to do a sustainable protein. So we use a combination of plant-based and bug-based. We use a combination of plant-based and bug-based dog food so that we get various different combinations. We also do a tiny amount of meat-based, very high quality stuff for their treats. I've heard about insect protein for years. I'm an ecologist, and so moving towards a more sustainable protein base for human food and animal food is very high on my agenda. Obviously, insect-based protein has many advantages over plant-based protein, as if you are only going to have a single protein source, but I always go for a mixed protein source. I'm looking forward to when we can get insect-based protein in a flour sort of way that can be used to up the protein content without actually munching on locusts, because I don't really fancy getting all the legs in my teeth. I was delighted to hear that we were able to get an insect-based protein for dog food, and that it had all the other good things in it and was going to be a very flavorful, because the dogs love it. I didn't have any reservations, because I have been hoping for insect protein to become a part of the human diet as well as animal diets. So I was very happy to see that. I've been using bug bakes for years now, and I have never had any problems with the dogs having any sort of reactions to it. It's always very extremely palatable. They love their dinners. That's a little bit down to the breed, but it's also down to the fact that they do like their food. As far as I know, I was the first person in Northern Ireland to do it. I've tried to spread the word, and I've spread the treats around, giving them out at dog shows and things of that sort. And sometimes the people and dogs like them, and sometimes the people and dogs don't like them. But I don't know if I've actually converted anybody, but I do keep trying to fly the flag, because I think it's very important for people to move in that direction. They're great. We have no issues. We feed as varied a diet as possible. So we give them fish skins for their teeth. We give them raw bones for their teeth as well. They get several different kinds of dog foods mixed together. They get oat bran mixed in with every meal, which helps with the anal gland issues, and also a little bit of olive oil. So, and they like the odd bit of a vegetable. They both like apples, and Kaya loves carrots, so they get a little bit of that as well, but just as treats, not as huge amounts. Ordering online has always been a really convenient way for me to go. And I like the idea of being able to have an order that comes every X months. And I've had to fine tune that over time, because of sometimes you get too much and sometimes you get too little, but there's never been any problem. Deliveries have been great. We live kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and they've always been able to find us and to deliver on time and in very good shape. No broken packages or anything of that sort. Customer service is great. I haven't had any problems when we've had to change the amount because we either have too much or too little. It is a few clicks on the website and it's all changed, and new orders come within days. Oh, that's my girls. That's my girlies. Good dog.